How's it going, everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. It is going to be a green day. I hope for everyone it was a green day. As I was wishing everybody in the chat luck today with some greenage. Make sure we close out the week in the green as we have passive valuation account and begin to another funded account. So that is how you want to end the week with all of this choppiness and emotional trading. Today was basically a long liquidation. I said in yesterday's video, if buyers open up inside of the day, the upper distribution and change around or chop around, then you would look to either rotate lower if they couldn't take out the day's high, rotate lower, take out the single prints, and begin to fill them just as they were something to lean on the way up, right? Something to lean on that day on the way up. You could buy against them. Whenever it is the next day, they are targets. They become targets, just as these single prints on the upside became targets for us to fill. Single prints on the downside become targets for us to fill. That's why it is important to have these areas marked on your chart. You can do this with a 30-minute chart. That's all it is. It's a 30-minute bar chart, 30-minute candle chart, however you want to look at it. I prefer bars just because it looks a little bit more clean. A and B period, we open up inside the day's range. You could expect major chop after the large range and trend up with a little bit of a breakout above balance. Yesterday, I believe I was calling the daily up, but after today's price action and long liquidation we had, I believe we just stretched the balance high. That's what we're going to say for now. We're going to say we've stretched the balance high, and we're going to encompass this whole range from this low down here, 38.4075, to yesterday's low of 30, or excuse me, yesterday's high of 39.99. This entire week's range is what we're going to say is a balance. As we come into Powell next week, we got some major volatility, large ranges, lots of volume on the week. It doesn't get much better than that. And today we kind of seen some more emotional trading, right? We opened up inside the day's range, chopped around a little bit in A and B period, couldn't take out the day's high. So we decided to go and test the lower portion of the upper distribution, which was F's low, where the single prints began. B period pulls back after taking out A's high and low. So it becomes the entire initial balance. Remember, the initial balance is the first two time frames, first hour basically of the trading day. Whichever way you take that out, typically indicates on how the rest of the day will go. And we took out A's low, stretched all the way down, and filled the first set of single prints. We had no issue taking out the uh, lower portion of the upper distribution here at 39.58. And once we did that and seen that there was plenty of supply on the way down, you could have targeted the fill at 39.54 to either take a quick long for a responsive buy or to short into to fill. If I were to pull up the 5-minute chart, I believe you would see a quick initial bounce in that area. Let me pull that up. So in B period, we did pull back into it, filled, and then quickly bounced, but not for long. It wasn't much of a relief. But as you can see, we filled that area in with supply, the first set of single prints. And then we rotate down into the next set of single prints late in the day. I'll just do this. Sorry about the mess and kind of just hopping all over the place. My brain is been all over today as it's been a very busy day. So after filling that first set of single prints in B period, right, sellers are starting to take things in control of the day. Uh, then C period takes out B's low. We take out the initial balance low and begin the one-time frame down, showing sellers are in control. So on any push up, people were getting out of their positions that they were long up here. They we get out of their positions. So sell pressure was on. So any push up, you had people getting out of their long positions, and then of course you had sellers piling on, pushing this market lower. We push lower in C period, one time frame and down. We push lower in D period, one time frame and down. Let me get rid of this. Dip our toe into the next set of single prints, bounce a little bit, E period, one time frame down, gets a little bit further into the single prints, and then we rotate up as short covering came into the market around this area, as we did not have enough supply to backfill this area of single prints, as it was a pretty decent large set. It was 20 points worth of single prints. We bounce up, rotate, have a little bit of short covering, especially once we stop the one time framing down and F period pops E's high. We begin to push up, rotate up, continue to rotate up. One thing I did forget to mention is in B period, we created a set of single prints. So just as we had single prints on this day, we had single prints today, right in this range. Let me highlight it. We had single prints right here, right? Emotional trading. So we created another intraday gap. So on a push up against it, you could take a sell position because you have something to lean on. So as we pushed up, G period, it was one time framing up, but it got into the set of single prints. There was not enough demand to fill in where the supply was. H period attempted to take out G's high, couldn't. I period attempted to take out G's H and G's high, could not. And then J period attempted to take out I, H, and G's high in that set of single prints. There was just too much supply there, and we rotate down. We have a poor high in J and I period. We rotate down and then create a new low day late in K period before eating away a little bit more into the single prints and then rotating up into the close. So really good sell opportunity there in G, H, I, and J periods. I was actually in a short position from E period. I entered on whenever we pushed up to around the 50 level, got short on the way down, added to 46, added 45, added 38 when we broke this low, and then on the push back up, added again around 45, and at the point I had a 5 lot, and was planning on later in the day if we had an afternoon rally high or we got into this set of single prints to add to my position, because I felt like odds were at least good to go and fill the set of single prints. Felt like we could do that. We've seen plenty of times emotional trading where we just go and take out a set of single prints and then get the next day's low, right? That's happened plenty of times. Felt like odds were really good as things were in sellers' control. We were one time framing down. We had value overlapping the lower. We had point of control lowered. So things of that nature had me checked off, and I was comfortable with my position. Now, once we rotated up in G period, I did have my stop above where the single prints filled right here around the 70-50 level, right there around that 70-50 level. I had my stop above about 2 to 3 points above that. Now, granted, I was trading just the micro, so it wasn't too much risk. I've been trying to reduce my risk and adding to my winners whenever I can to, basically equate the same as a mini. So 10 micros is the equivalent of 1 mini contract. So on this push up in G period, I seen that we got into it, wanted to wait until the next 2 time frames to see what happened. H period, once I seen that we could not take out G's high, I began to add. And then in I period, I began to add to my position. And then in J period, I began to add even more. And eventually got up to a full lot or a 10 lot of micros. This thing rolls over, gets below, gets near the day's low, and I get out of my position because with only an hour and a half left, it didn't seem likely that we would, because we had created a decent size point of control here. Didn't seem like we would rotate and fill this set of single prints, so I felt comfortable getting out of the position as I had added a lot more up here to bring my average up. Now, had I gotten stopped out, I would have gotten stopped out for a pretty decent loss, but I was comfortable with the risk, with everything being in seller's control, right? I would have been more mad at myself had I stopped myself up here, and then this thing rotates on the days down to the day's low, takes out the low, fills a set of single prints, and then gets the day's low. I would have been more upset with myself with not partaking in the potential gains here versus taking a loss on a trade setup that I was very comfortable in my wheelhouse with. So you just got to know yourself when it comes to those risks. And trading 30-minute time frames, there is large risk involved, but you can get more or a better entry, better market generated information to lean against it for and give you more conviction on your trades. After that, I didn't take anything else. I ended up on the day 52 points. Really good day, 52 points. And just basically one trade all day long. I'll take it any day, every day. But as you can see, we did not fill that set of single prints and we rotated up. Now, let's go ahead and mark our destinations real quick. And then we'll look at the larger time frames. We'll look at the larger time frames, look at the monthly, weekly, and daily, break that down, and then kind of show you what I'm thinking when it comes to only stretching the balance high. What did I just do here? Get rid of that. Okay, single print start, and this is also now the low of day. So we have our low of day, and we're single print start now at 32.50. 32.50. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wide point of control here at 50.25. 50.25 is our 10 wide point of control. How do I know that? Well, 10 time frames traded back and forth through E's high, and that would be where point of control is. I also have this handy dandy profile to kind of help me and tell me where it's at. So 50.25, we're gonna mark that level. 10 wide, POC. And then we're going to label that yellow, boom. And then the day's high up here at 92.50. 92.50. Our high of day, 92.50. So now for some if-then statements. With this being an inside day, if we come out of it, we should come out of it with good volatility and action. Oh, also, I almost forgot to mark these single prints. Single prints, they fill at 70, at 39, 70, 50. Why is this not marking? 39, 70, 50 is where they fill. I cannot believe I almost forgot this. Pretty important to have it on your chart. Boom. And then they start at G's high here at 65.75. 65.75 is where the single prints start today. So for upside destinations, if we open up below the 10 wide point of control here, and we do not take out the day's low, your upside destinations become 39, 50, 25. That'll act as a magnet. You'll begin to rotate up. And this was also a double distribution day. Lower distribution is G's high to K's low. The upper distribution is B's high to A's low. So if we get to the point of control and rotate through that, we'll test the upper portion of the lower distribution, 39, 65, 75, where the single prints start. If there's enough demand, we'll fill in where the supply is and fill up to 39, 70, 50. Now, sellers want to see a rejection of this upper distribution and rotate lower to fill the set of single prints below. However, if there is enough demand, we will fill that area, find acceptance in the upper distribution, and then look to take out the day's high, 39, 92, 50, and then what we're calling now our balance high up here at 39, 99. However, on the flip side, on the downside, if we cannot get through the upper portion of the lower distribution and find acceptance in the upper distribution, and we open up above the 10 wide point of control, you will rotate through it, take out the day's low, fill this set of single prints, and then start eating your way into the lower distribution from the 16th and potentially get to the day's low at 38.95, and then your other 10 wide point of control, which acts as a magnet at 38.8850. So once we begin to take out this daily low, you'll be coming out of an inside day, or not an inside day. You don't come out the inside day until this day, but once you do, that destination 38.8850 will be hit, and then your next target is 38.6950. Then our balance low down here at 38.4075. Now let's look at our daily. Did not mean to show you that. Let's look at our daily. Actually, we're going to go into our monthly here on the ES. Monthly, 4-month balance, right? Continues to chop back and forth in this range from a monthly, weekly, and daily standpoint. We're just trading back and forth in this monthly balance or range from 42.0850 to 37.8850. Extreme monthly balance is 43.2750 to 35.02. We take out either side of that, you should get a really good move. Now on our weekly is one time frame and down. One time frame and down after an outside week down. However, it is in a week since, as we did not find much extension below that outside week down. Last time we had an outside week down, here we found a little bit of extension, but then came back into a balance really quickly. And then the one before that, we had an outside week down, and then we really found extension to the downside. That's what you want to see here as a seller. Really good amount of volume on the weekly here, as it was 10 million on the ES. And then if I were to show you the weekly for the SPY, was 764 million. That is a large amount of volume. You haven't had that much volume since this day back in 2021 in January, and that volume was 921 million. So you haven't had a volume that high in quite some time. Last one that be that high was 727 million in May of 22, and then March of this year at 764 million. Large amount of volume there. So back to our ES chart. Just want to show you guys that. So weekly, one time framing down. However, if we do not take out this week's low next week and we don't get the high, I will probably say that we're going down to balance and we'll encompass a 3-week balance initially. Now the daily was in a balance, right? We were in a 4-day balance, but now I'm going to call it a 5-day balance, saying that we only stretched this high because it was an inside day. And once we do take out this daily high or the daily low, we should get extension to either side. Pretty good. Really good volume once again on the day, but we're going to say now that we are in a balance or trading range from 39.99 to 38.4075. 5-day balance. 5-day balance high at 39.99 even. Boom. So that's what we're looking at right here. Balanced trading range, just chopping back and forth. You want to see us either get above it, get above the 50 and continue to move up higher, or fell here at the 20, get back below the 200, take out our balance low and continue to one time frame down on the weekly. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I know these videos are long. I do appreciate it if you stick it out to the end, as there's a lot of valuable information in my opinion, and I do my absolute best to give you the most information I can. A lot of times it's paralysis by analysis. However, a lot of this market generated information that I'm providing for you guys, these destinations, there's only a few other people in the market that gives you this detailed of information, and that is, it's hard to come by, and I hope you guys take it and use it to the best to better yourselves in your trading. Once again, thanks for watching. If you could, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, comment below if there's anything I can do, or if you would like me to break down another chart, whether it be the Qs, the righty, Russell, or an equity. Any stock you want me to break down, I'll do my best. But we'll catch you guys next week. Have a good weekend. Enjoy St. Patrick's Day. Thanks.